I've always had a love-hate relationship with Mossberg shotguns. I mean, I love the idea of a quality American-made shotty. However, I hate the execution up to this point. Previously, Mossberg 930 models were, how could I put this, a bag of shite. Then they came out with the 940 Pro. 940 Pros I like a lot. I've shot this one in classes and in competition against Red 1301s and Benellis, and so far it has not let me down. I really like the feature set on this gun, and I like the fact that it is American made and it will keep pace with the best of European guns. Unfortunately, Mossberg's kind of reputation was done in with the 930, and not a whole lot of people have gravitated towards the 940 Pro. However, that might change with the outcome of this and the introduction of the 990. Now, the 990, this is not going to be the format in which it's introduced to the general public. When I got this, it came with the usual donkey dick kind of extension there. It looked like a dumpster defender, and now it's been SBS'd. So now that it has assumed its final form, it has a folding stock on it. It has a pistol grip adapter from KE Arms. KE Arms also supplied the sight mount, and I've got a Surefire mini scout light up front to provide illumination. The stock itself is from Samsung, and it locks up pretty nicely, and it has an adjustable cheek piece on there and also adjustable length of pull. Overall then, put the whole thing together and you have a 14-inch barreled home defense gun that pretty damn well rocks. I mean, you can ghost load this thing. So you can get 5 2¾ buckshot shells in the magazine tube, 1 on the shell lifter and 1 in the chamber for a total of 7 rounds. And I think that's pretty formidable. How formidable is it though? I guess we're going to take it to the range, put it on steel and find out. Let's take a look at the feature set on this gun. Also, just bear in mind that this is an SBS. It's a short barrel shotgun, a Form 1 was filed for it, so it now no longer needs to live in the gray zone of being a quote-unquote firearm. It is more than 26 inches with the stock attached, and it is a smooth bore weapon. So it is a short barrel shotgun. Let's take a look at it from stem to stern then. Out front, the magazine tube cap will, let's see if I remove that, you'll be able to see what's on the side. So with the magazine cap removed, you'll see what makes this different from what came before. Now, in the 940 and 930 series shotguns from Mossberg, the recoil spring was in the butt, whereas here, the recoil spring is in the forend. You can see there, and I'm just going to release this slide. Yeah, I'm just going to release the bolt just so you can see it. So there is your recoil spring. So rather than have a rat tail on the back of the carry that went into the stock to compress the action spring there, it's now wound around the magazine tube. The piston gas system here looks about the same as the 940, so it should be very reliable. I've had 1,000 rounds downrange with birdshot on the 940 and it hasn't choked yet. This one, I don't know. It's not going to have a whole lot of dwell time because it's only a 14-inch barrel. So we'll see what that does in terms of reliability. We're probably going to have to run hot loads through it, but we're going to find out. Other than that, it looks pretty standard Mossberg. It has an extended bolt catch right here. It has a slightly relieved loading port right here. I did a little bit more hogging on the 940 in order to remove a couple of steps in there that prevents me from quad loading. And then if we take a look at the back of the receiver, this component here at the back of the receiver mimics the 500 series. So if you have a Mossberg 500 stock, you can actually add it to the 990. So this adapter here is from KE Arms, and it was supposed to fit on a Mossberg 500. However, the trigger guard is quite a little bit different from the 500s, so I had to do a little bit of Dremel modification in order to make it fit. Once you get that on though, you can add whatever pistol grip you like, and it has a 1913 pick rail at the back of it, so you can add pretty much any stock that accommodates that system. Once you have the stock attached, you then have, with the adjustable cheek riser, the ability to get behind a red dot. So this is a C&H Precision red dot mounted to a KE Arms red dot mount, which just sits nicely flush with the upper receiver there. I'm going to put this gun back together now, and we're going to fire some buckshot and slugs through it, because that's pretty much what it's going to have a diet of. All right, now that it's back together, Let's go see how the semi-auto version of the dumpster defender actually works. Buckshot and slugs it is. We're at 20 yards, so there is probably going to be some buckshot pellets escape outside of that 10-inch target from this distance, especially since how we have a cylinder bore on this gun. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's see. Oh yeah, that's definitely got some poke to it. Get some. Recoil-wise, it's really no worse than a regular 940, and certainly any gas-operated shotgun, it's kind of as soft as that. The only thing that you really notice is that the buttstock is fairly hard rubber, so other than that, though, it certainly kicks less than, say, a Benelli. 14-inch gun, it's kind of cool. All right, let's go get some more rounds. So the gun evidently does not like honorary critical defense, so let's try some S&B. This is S&B 9 pellet, regular 2 3/4 inch buckshot, and I'm pretty sure this stuff will run. Back to about 20 yards. See how she runs. Yeah, no problem at all. Recoil-wise, that's very, very manageable. Now that we've got some ammunition that actually works on the gun, let's go and load it up and let's see how fast we can actually run it. Yes, 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 I like that. I like that a lot. How about slugs? Let's just single load a slug. Oh yeah. Yes, that's a whole lot of get the fuck out of my house right there. Okay, it's not perfect, however. The Mossberg tang safety, which is great for use with a conventional stock, is not ideal for use with a pistol grip, as everybody who's tried one has found out. However, with the bigger version here, the extended version, it isn't too bad. You can actually run it like an AK in that your hand is kind of off the pistol grip, so when you mount the gun, you end up going like that. You just keep the hand off from wrapping around the pistol grip completely. And so to mount the gun, finger is outside the trigger guard, then all you got to do is press forward on the safety as it comes up and shoot. So it's not ideal, but it is workable like an AK. All in all then, if they fix that, if Mossberg fixes that little problem, and they have a solution already in the inventory, they have guns with AR-type safeties on them. When that makes it over to this model, yeah, this is going to rock.